Today, I'll be exploring the field of inquiry of politics, power, and justice. Specifically, I'll be discussing the global issue of how the construction of vocabulary by an oppressive party can suppress individual thought and creativity. This issue is clearly explored in George Orwell's 1984, particularly through the party's creation of Newspeak, a language designed to control thought and overall eliminate rebellion. By limiting language, the party limits the range of human thought and expression, ensuring their hold and control over society. The extract I will focus on comes from Book 1, Chapter 5 of 1984, where Smee, a language expert working on the dictionary of Newspeak, explains to Winston how the party is working to eliminate words. This conversation occurs after Winston has already begun to question the party's control, making a pivotal moment in the novel, showing the links between the party's language policies and their control over the people's minds. This extract is crucial as it illustrates the party's aim to control not just what the people say, but what the people think. By restricting the vocabulary, the party suppresses the ability for people to even engage in individual thought, which is the heart of my global issue. Orwell uses the simplification of language to show how the party seeks to control thought and restrict individuality. In lines 1 through 4, Smee explains that the party aims to remove verbs, adjectives, and nouns by reducing language to its simplest form. Orwell uses this authorial choice to emphasize how the party strives to eliminate complexity and nuance, not just in language, but in thought and emotions itself. The removal of these parts serve to limit the depth of human expression, ensuring that individuals can't articulate or compose complex ideas or opposing thoughts. This choice highlights the global issue of how an oppressive regime uses language to suppress identity and creativity. In lines 5 through 7, Smee expands on this by discussing how there's going to be an elimination of antonyms. Orwell uses this as a juxtaposition of opposites to show how the party's control over language also restricts the moral spectrum. In replacing words like good and bad with ungood, Orwell demonstrates how moral constructs and good and bad is completely obliterated, preventing people from considering alternate perspectives or engage in thought against the party. This manipulation of language shows how the totalitarian regimes seek to reduce thought to simple binary choices, further suppressing critical thought. In lines 11 through 14, Smee introduces the words like plus good and double good to describe greater degrees of goodness. Orwell uses these compound words as a method of reducing emotional and moral complexity. By simplifying positive and negative terms into fixed categories, Orwell emphasizes how the party seeks to restrict the emotional and intellectual capability of individuals. The use of terms like double good is a deliberate reduction of emotional language, directly connected to the issue of how controlling language suppresses creativity and free thought. Orwell uses examples in lines 19 through 21, where Smee reveals that the party will eventually condense all moral thought into just 6 words. By reducing morality to such simplified to such a simplified set of terms, Orwell is highlighting the totalitarian control the party exerts over people and even language itself. This drastic reduction of vocabulary completely eradicates any range of thought a human can have. By only having 6 words to explain a whole wide set variety of emotions, there's no way to truthfully express how you feel. Through the party's systematic reduction of vocabulary, Orwell shows how limiting a language is a powerful tool of political and thought control. By removing words that express emotions, ideas, and opposition, the party ensures that citizens can't think independently or creatively. This directly links to my global issue of how constructing and deconstructing language can suppress thought. Other moments in the text, which the theme of language controlling is shown, is where Winston begins to think that due to newspeak, there could be no other avenues of thought. He deliberately states that due to it, nobody can think any other way but the party. The citizens are trapped in a monolithic system of thought, unable to break free of the party's framework. Another moment is when Winston learns that the party plans to eliminate 850 root words. This moment enforces the drastic measures that the party will go to eliminate the range of thought that could be shown within a human. In conclusion, George Orwell's depiction of newspeak in 1984 serves as a powerful commentary of the dangers of restricting language to suppress individual thought. Through the party's control over vocabulary, Orwell demonstrates how political regimes can use language as a tool of oppression, stifling the possibility of rebellion and independent thought. This is directly tied to the global issue of how the construction of vocabulary by an oppressive party can suppress thought. By controlling language, the party ensures that its grip over power remains unchallenged.